Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Fire for Effect, our daily podcast. This is Grumpy Combat Veteran GCV6, or will Colonel Silver or that asshole. That works too. It is, I believe, 25 February. I'm calling in still from DC. Enrique, I'm still calling. I'm still here, man. Where have you been? I've been all over DC looking for you. I went down to the National Mall. You weren't there. I went to Northwest. You weren't there. I'm going to try the Southeast and Northeast today. But I'll still be downtown if you want to party. I miss you, Enrique, little Enrique. And little Enrique. How you doing, little man? We little Proud Boys. You guys doing all right out there, you little punk-ass bitches? I didn't forget about you. I just got to talk about other things other than y'all boring, miserable asses all the time who likes to call in bomb threats. Oh, maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was a different email address. Just, I don't give a shit. Somebody purporting to be you. The day after you decided to fucking go and come into the entrance and harass a police officer. You know what, man? A lot of people don't like the police. I don't always like the police. But there's no reason to harass a man. What are you, just such a punk ass bitch that you harass a man and his family? I tell you what. Hey, Playboy, Enrique, little bitch ass trick that you are. If you want to harass somebody, come harass me. I tell you what, you can bring all your little proud little ass punk ass boys with you, and I'll bring the Afghan commandos. I'm going to be in DC for a while. Enrique, where you been, man? I miss you, homie. Come and say something. Why don't you ever write? Why don't you ever call? I'll meet you wherever. Oh, man, he's such a punk ass bitch. It's all right though. You got to be something in life, is what my dad always said. So Enrique's a punk ass bitch. That's a one thing that's known. We just know that, right? So second thing, let's talk a little bit about Secretary of Defense Access, who I don't think is a punk ass bitch. I know some people don't really like him. I'm sure there's been some decisions. If you like just laid them all out for me, I'd go, well, I don't like that one, but whatever. I'm going to talk a little bit about his recent decision to fire General Brown, who's a very good man. I met him when I was a detachment commander in Korea. I believe he was the PACAF commander. Very smart. He's from Texas. I think he went to UNT or Texas Tech. I forgot which one. So I like all that. Not a huge fan of tech, but whatever. Nobody's perfect in this world. Love UNT, though. I think that, he led a very, very, very good career, and we should all thank him for his service. And then watch him as he hits the door. He gonna be fine. He's just gonna be fine. He's gonna, some big ass board's gonna scoop his ass up. Probably the Atlantic is gonna do his huge story on him. Somebody's gonna, Pod Save America is gonna interview him. He's gonna be rich. And all those other 3-star generals, they're gonna make like $6,000 a month, maybe even more. $7,000 a month, $8,000 a month for being general officer, something like that. I don't know. Plus their disability. They'll be banking, I guess, $12,000 a month at least. More than likely more, $14,000 a month. And in some places, that'll be tax free. Now, that's not even counting how much money they're going to make after. Now, they do have full health insurance, but I mean, you think the VA and TRICARE is really good. I don't know what to tell you. I don't think it's very good, but if you think that's a benefit, go for it. The long story short is that General Brown and all the rest of the 3 and 4 stars are about to get their asses shit canned. They're going to be just fine, people. Just like everybody in the private sector, GOs need to get their asses fired. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know that there's going to be somebody who pops up on the comment section or a comment. It might be even from a veteran, which is always the saddest part. He's like, well, I worked with General Bingity Bongity Bongity Boo, and you shouldn't be that way towards him. Well, here's my response to that shit. I gave it the double middle finger. Nobody made them become 3 or 4-star generals. The president of the United States can hire whoever she or he damn well pleases. Would I picked Raising Cane or this retired guy? No. But you know what? I love my Democratic friends. I really do, because I've been voting for y'all sorry-ass candidates for the last 12 years. You had an opportunity when Joe Biden was president, that useless, miserable son of a bitch that he is. coward, dishonorable, a man who retreats and stabs his allies in the back. Please don't come at me with the Doha Agreement. Oh, please. The Doha Agreement, it's like a little force field. You cook your fucking heels 3 times and it just appears. I'm so sorry. He's a dishonorable piece of shit. And you know it, and I know it. And if he had actually been an honorable man, he would have stopped going for president at the 2-year mark, like my friend A.B. Stoddard wrote. And I'll put the little article in the show notes. Yeah, people telling him to get out. He didn't do it. He sucks. Just say it and move on. But anyway, Pete Heck says, Raising Cain, you don't hold anybody accountable. No general officers were held accountable for Afghanistan. I mean, come on, man. Was that a good moment in American history? Nobody's held accountable. Go talk to the Gold Star mamas and daddies, because I do all the time. And even some that voted for Harris are like, what happened in Afghanistan was a disgrace. So, you had 4 years, you held nobody accountable. Well, they picked Trump, so he can hold them accountable. Well, come on. Well, I don't know who he's going to pick. I don't know. But when you refuse to hold people accountable, and then the other guy's like, damn right, I'm going to fire him. Well, what do you think people are going to pick? Keep on underestimating your political enemies like Donald Trump. How's that going for the Democratic Party? Good? Oh, I heard it all in the run-up to the election, baby. I mean, I supported Harrison Walz. I didn't want to. I mean, come on. Not the best. But hey, I actually liked Harris more than Biden, that useless sack of shit that he is. Yeah, he's horrible. And so is Richard Torres, or whatever his stupid ass name is. Proud Boys, Joe Biden. I'm a double hater, baby. I hate all of them. Every last one of them. Bring one up. I'm sure there's a reason why I can hate them. If you are a congressperson over the last 10 years, 20 years, who have you held accountable since my friends were being killed for a wars that we retreated on, stabbed our allies in the... We've done it repeatedly. People want to say Ukraine, 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 click your heels 3 times. NATO, 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 NATO. Where were the Democratic Party for NATO in Afghanistan? Where was the Democratic Party for the people of color in Afghanistan? Where was the Democratic Party for women? Women in Afghanistan who are being brutally gang raped every day. Yeah, that's the Democratic Party. And then, if you say shit like this, they get all pissy pants, right? They get, oh, well, come on, look at the Republicans. They're so much better. Okay, fine. That's always a really good message to give the voters. We suck, but they suck worse. Sorry. Oh, so Pete Hegseth fired some generals. Man, I'm sure he's said and done a bunch of stupid shit. I've done a bunch of dumb shit. But at least he had the courage to do something completely different. A guy that's got some private equity experience, some private experience, who worked for the CIA, who's a guard, who's a 3-star. Oh, he's now Trump's guy. Well, Democrats, you don't like it? You think it's a bad idea? Well, you fucking lost the election. Why did you lose the election? In the popular vote, to somebody who you think is dumb. Well, I tell you what, you keep on underestimating your political opponents, and you'll keep on fucking being in the political wilderness. Or you can start holding the military accountable, especially the general officer and the senior executive service class, when they shit the bed and lose multiple wars. The Gaza Pier fiasco, the Ukrainian counteroffensive, the retreat from Afghanistan. Hundreds of attacks on American soldiers in the Middle East by Iranian proxy networks. 3 of them were killed in Jordan. And what do we do about it? We kill Shia proxy network leaders. Well, that's not going to cut it, ladies and gentlemen, especially if it's not the Gold Star and Gold Star mothers and Gold Star fathers. They want a scalp. So they should have one, because their goddamn feelings mean more than General Brown. I like General Brown. Very nice man. He's going to be just fine. But if it gives them a little peace, well, then I'm all for it. And the last thing I want to say is Richard Torres, or whatever the little punk-ass bitch's name is, a punk-ass bitch, and so are all the Proud Boys. I'm going to be in D.C. for 48 hours, at least. Now, if you had some real skill set, you could figure out where I am probably by looking at it. But you can't, because you're a punk-ass bitch. That's all I got to say today. This is Will Solberg for Grumpy Combat Veteran Friend Media. This is Fire for Effect. Do me a favor. Give us 5 stars. Put some money in the tip jar. We're working hard for you people, man. I got all Afghan refugees. I got a lot of mouths to feed. So 5 stars. Put some money in the pit jar. And have a great day. This is GCV6, and I'm out.